Hey Libra, we're going to do a tarot spread for you today, and this is going to be for the second week of July 2025. Keep in mind, Libra, this is just a general reading, so take only what resonates and leave out what does not. If you're interested in having a personal reading done by me, you can visit my website at lionessmoonintuitivetarot.com or email me directly at lionessmoonintuitivetarot@gmail.com. All right. Libra. We're going to do a horseshoe spread today. We're going to tap into the energies of Libra for the second week of July 2025. Cut the deck in 3, so mode it be. All right. So Libra, in the past, we've got the Four of Swords. That is Jupiter in Libra energy. The present, we've got the Sun, which is major. It's for the Sun. It's Leo energy. Sorry. In the future, we've got the Page of Cups, which is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. In the hidden position, we've got the Ten of Cups, which is Mars in Pisces. And the obstacle, we've got the Nine of Cups, which is Jupiter in Pisces. And the advice, we've got the Two of Swords, which is Moon in Libra. And the outcome is the King of Wands. The King of Wands is court card for Leo. So I'm seeing Pisces, Libra, and Leo mainly here in the main part of the spread. And the overall meaning or theme of this reading is the Three of Wands, which is Sun in Aries, and it is influenced by the Ace of Swords, the Hierophant, and the Nine of Pentacles. So, Libra, it looks like you're gaining some sort of foresight that has caused you to have some sort of breakthrough. This may be regarding an actual marital connection or a long-term committed relationship. And it may have to do somewhat with, or it's either that or it has to do with just tradition in general that has brought you to a place of understanding your value and your worth, or maybe understanding something important about your own independence and stability. Okay. I didn't put any of these in reverse, and I like to read reversals because I feel like they do give a more in-depth understanding of the card. So we are going to revisit that again at the end of the reading, just so that, because often after we unfold everything, that's when that really starts to make sense. So in the past, we've got the Four of Swords. There's something about something being laid to rest, or maybe you're in silence with something or somebody right now. Why is the Four of Swords here, Spirit? Tell us about the Four of Swords. We've got the Eight of Wands and the Nine of Swords. Okay, so you're in silence with somebody right now, potentially, because somebody is trying to overcome some sort of fear to communicate with you, with the Nine of Swords in reverse to the Eight of Wands. Oh, and see, now we see the exact same cards that we saw behind that Three of Wands, but they're both in reverse. So there's some sort of lack of clarity, and it looks like it may be resulting in some sort of rebellion against somebody. Okay, so here's what I've got, okay. Something came to an end here with the Death. And we've got the Four of Swords showing up here, meaning that something's been laid to rest, something came to an end. And it looks like somebody was trying to overcome the fear to communicate about something, because they may have felt unclear about something to do with either a lack of commitment, or it has to do with rebelling against something here. Can you give us the situation on this, Spirit? What is the situation on this Four of Swords? Something about happiness, which is the Sun, and love. All right. Love and happiness. It's showing up that you were You were actually probably in separation with somebody. And while you were in separation with this person, somebody was it was either you or somebody who you were connected to who was trying to understand, or maybe came to an understanding about their happiness and the love that they felt for you. All right. Why is the sun here? Why is the sun here? So now it looks like maybe so there's lots of Leo here. The sun and the strength and the page of cups. So somebody wants to come in and communicate for sure. Communicate possibly through an apology or just messages of sweetness in order to overcome heartbreak. There's somebody who has realized something about how happy they are with you because they love you. Okay, and they're trying to overcome heartbreak after they want to heal something that has come to an end here. Something came to an end and whoever this is feels very hopeful that things can be healed. Tell us more about the sun. Somebody retaliated in some way. We've got punish, payback, revenge. There was somebody who ghosted somebody and ghosted. That's why there's silence in the past. Now somebody wants to come in. And they want to come together. They do want to come together. So I'm trying to understand why retaliation is there. So what I'm getting here, Libra, is that there was something that you got, and please, like I always say in all of these readings, feel free to delegate the energies where you see fit. If I'm saying it's you, it could be somebody who you're dealing with and vice versa. And that goes the same for you, cross-watcher. But what I'm seeing here is that somebody in this connection, I'm feeling like it's you, got fed up with something and you laid something to rest. Or things were put on pause for a minute. And this was out of retaliation. You retaliated by ghosting or blocking blocking somebody, cutting them off, blocking them, retaliated. And while this person was in separation with you, they realized something about how happy you made them because they love you. And so now they're trying to find the strength, and that's what I was getting even in the past energy. Somebody was trying to overcome a fear to communicate, and they're still trying to find the strength, or they have found the strength to come in and communicate. We did see the Page of Cups and the Page of Wands, which both denote something to do with communication, and specifically the Page of Cups can often mean an apology because this person sees you as their happiness with the sun. So why is this, and we've got the Page of Cups here again in the future. So why is the Page of Cups here? Tell us about this Page of Cups. We've got the Death and the Three of Swords in reverse. We've got the Seven of Cups in reverse, the Nine of Pentacles, the Star, and the Hanged Man. All right, so for some of you, what I've got is that this person is going to come in and communicate. Now, what I'm getting here is that you may be overcoming some sort of confusion you've been in your life, where you are actually now starting to understand what it is that you do want. And whatever this is that you want has to do with your own confidence and self-worth and independence. And it looks like in order to heal after being involved in something that was difficult, it looks like you may be working on bringing yourself up to a higher level of self-esteem. And so part of your healing here has to do with sacrificing something, overcoming the heartbreak by putting an end to this. Even though this person looks like they want to come in and apologize, it's almost like you're just like, I can't do this anymore. I have to heal on my own. Why is the Page of Cups? Give us the situation on the Page of Cups. Yeah, somebody's coming in to talk. That's why the Page of Cups is there. And we've got, and this is in time, but there is something about forbidden love. Okay, so we saw that Three of Swords in reverse. For some of you, and because it's in reverse, what I'm getting here is that there's something that you learned. There's something about somebody being involved with somebody else. This could be you. This could be the person you're involved with. There's somebody else involved potentially in this connection, but I'm getting here that whoever it is that could potentially be getting involved with this other energy is choosing not to do it. Can we get something, what we do not see, we've got the Ten of Cups here. Why is the Ten of Cups in the hidden position? It looks like you've got your full emotional fulfillment coming in. We've got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. And the Devil in reverse. The Queen of Swords. It looks like you're, Libra, it looks like you are moving towards full emotional fulfillment by releasing yourself from something. You're walking away is what's showing up here. There is, no, there is another energy. There's another energy. You're walking away from something, right? Okay. Pow. Sometimes it takes me a second. All right, Libra. I'm just going to say it because Spirit told me to say it. All right. There is something about you detaching from a very toxic situation. You are like, you know what? I am going to set this boundary in place. I'm going to reject you. I'm walking away. Okay? You've been involved with somebody, but there's somebody else who you're interested in. And it looks like you're potentially going straight to whoever this is because there's a love connection there. Okay? Now, whatever it is that you're doing right now is something that you may have done in the past. Okay? So you may have already done this before. That's why the Wheel of Fortune is in reverse. It's showing up that the decision you're making to detach from this one energy is that's actually a really good move on your part. So good job. The problem is that you may be like kind of rebounding here. It's almost like that's why that Two of Pentacles showed up. Like there's this energy of not really putting one down completely before starting the other one. And this may be something that you've done before. All right. So there's something in your hidden position regarding the repeating of that specific cycle. It looks like whatever you're moving on to has high potential to be your full emotional fulfillment and happily ever after. But it looks like if Wheel of Fortune is in reverse, it usually means that whatever path you're taking with regard to this is going to lead you to, usually it's a kind of a harsh consequence. Can we get the situation on the Ten of Cups here, please, Spirit? For Libra. Synchronicity is exactly what I said. Thank you. I love when you just confirm what I say. Okay, so there's a synchronicity here that if this resonates with you, Libra, there's something you're doing right now that you've done before. Okay? And there's going to potentially be karma for this. And it's because we didn't learn our lesson the first time. Okay? So and what you do not see is that there's something that you've done already that you're about to do again. We do see single, and I saw that here. I said it looked like you were going to bring yourself to a place where you were going to try and be independent and threatened. So maybe you feel threatened by being single, and so you move on to something else, or somebody threatened you in some way. I'm just going to say it because I heard Spirit say it just now. If whatever it is that you feel like you need to walk away from that has been very, very toxic for you, has been something because this is often how this happens, okay, is that we get ourselves involved in these codependencies. and we become really destabilized, really. Like, it's almost like we cannot on our own, because we now share all of our assets with this person, just feel free to walk away. And so often what happens is it kind of sets the stage in place for you to move from one connection to it straight to another, and it creates this rebound where you didn't completely end one relationship before starting the other. And it looks like it's partially because you feel stuck in this connection, in this other connection, that it looks like its spirit is acknowledging that it's a good idea to walk away. There's no question. It just looks like if you're moving on to somebody else right now and you haven't completely detached even energetically from this person, there's going to be something here. And it does look like Spirit's trying to say to you, you've done this before. So your obstacle here is the Nine of Cups. Why is the Nine of Cups here? Nine of Cups. It's usually wish fulfillment, satisfaction. There you go. There's something, because whatever this new connection is something that you really want. This is just showing up as your wish come true. It's showing up that this is somebody who you can have fulfillment with. Oh, but it's going to lead. Okay. So this is what I've got, okay? Is that now we've got the Ten of Cups in reverse. Is that you're holding a lofty ideal here as to where this is going, and it's partially because you're in this energy. You have the potential to have this turned upright, which is what's down here with this Ten of Cups, which is your happily ever after card, which is the rainbow family. It's full emotional fulfillment. You can have this, but unfortunately, if we're doing something, it looks like you're not fully detaching from this other connection before moving into this new one. It may not necessarily work out the way you're expecting it to. And this is just the challenge here. It does look like it's okay. So the Two of Swords shows up in your advice too. So we are going to clarify that. There's something about making a difficult choice here. It looks like yes, because okay, so I'm just getting here and I saw this card and you're reading, I was using completely different decks, and this week when I did your layered spread, that Six of Pentacles came out in reverse for you, okay? Which means you're dealing with an energy that keeps taking from you. And I'm getting here, Libra, that it might be in your best interest to really understand whether you're being taken advantage of here. You may be overgiving to connections. And when you're overgiving like this and you're moving from one connection to another, it just might not work out, or you may end up almost like facilitating or generating an energy that you're trying to connect with that is going to start becoming difficult to deal with. Almost like you teach people how to treat you, and if you're allowing somebody to just take from you, and if you have like strong Cancerian placements, I mean, I don't know if it has to be that way, but if you do have strong Cancerian placements, you may have this need to constantly be nurturing other people. But if you're not receiving anything in return, that's why you feel like you need to remove yourself from whoever this other person is. Because you're not getting what you feel like you deserve, and Spirit is acknowledging you're not. But to move on to something new before fully detaching here, and it's showing up that you've done this before, is going to result in something that's not going to turn out to be the way you expect it to. So what is the situation on this Nine of Cups? You're going to potentially, that's what I saw, okay? The pressure cooker is that you're going to get into a situation where you're being taken advantage of. And we did in your reading that I did this week with the layers, it showed up that you were sometimes being a little too poised. Like you're allowing things to happen in your life, or you're involved with energies that are taking, and you're it's almost like poised for me is I'm always well behaved. I'm always, I'm not going to say men are ladylike, but, like that concept of just always being passive, to somebody who's taking advantage of you. We've got the Chaser card. Okay, here's what I've got, okay? You moving on to whoever this new connection is going to cause somebody to come in and chase after you. This other connection is going to come chasing after you, and they're going to beg for you. That is what's showing up. That is the challenge. The challenge is to not become a pressure cooker in that situation. I don't know if you would normally become a pressure cooker in that situation. I mean, I would be a little bit PO'd too if I was giving to a connection and they weren't appreciating me for it. And then I decided to leave, moved on to something else. And then all of a sudden they start showing me everything that I had wanted them to show me, the entire relationship. They waited until it was too late. Yeah, that would bother me too, Libra. So we've got the Two of Swords here as your advice. There's some sort of difficult decision. Tell us about this difficult decision, please, Spirit. Why is the Two of Swords in reverse? Okay, so like I said, it's showing up here that somebody wants to... Okay, so whoever this newer person is potentially the person who's coming into... This could be somebody who you've already been involved with, because I do see that there has been silence, and whoever this is may want to come back in and talk to you. Now, it looks like your difficult decision has to do with sacrificing something in order to move on to something else. And if you're doing that, you are technically juggling now. You've got two different energies that you're dealing with. But whoever this is showing up as somebody who you love. That's why I think it's somebody you already know. It's somebody you know. So whether it's somebody, and it looks like it's somebody you've been in silence with. Okay, so somebody you already know, but it looks like in order for you to have this, you have to put an end to something else right now. But whoever this is has been very, very, very curious about you. So with the Page of Swords, that could mean that they've been watching you if you have online stuff, or just been paying attention to what you're doing in the neighborhood if you live nearby. It looks like they're curious about you and they want to come in and communicate with you if you don't know about this already. But it looks like whoever this is somebody who you have very, very strong feelings for. That Two of Cups keeps coming up in their position. And it looks like your challenge here, or your advice, is that you've got a difficult decision. When this person comes in, is somebody who you care about a lot, and it would mean that you have to sacrifice something in order to have this. Just be careful. We've got this insatiable card coming out. I just want to see what else is here. There's a soulmate. And drama. You may be dealing with an energy. We've got the King of Wands as the outcome. Okay, so whoever this is that's coming in that's new, I'm just letting you know, is showing up as somebody who you may be dealing with a Leo. We have a lot of Leo here, and that insatiable card is often associated with the King of Wands, which is also what we see up here in the outcome, which is an energy of somebody who thrives off of attention. And it's almost like they're not satisfied unless they're constantly receiving it, no matter what. And it looks like that could pose a problem in your connection, because if this is somebody who's constantly trying to satisfy themselves in a way that cannot be satisfied, you're now dealing with an actual personality disorder here that is going to be very difficult to navigate through. And that's why Spirit is telling you down here that you may be repeating a cycle before you have healed completely from this other connection. Okay, so we've got the King of Wands in the outcome. Whoever this is a soulmate connection. So the King of Wands is coming in with the Magician in reverse, which is, it's a manipulator, somebody who shapeshifts your reality, and the Sun in reverse. So this could be somebody who you have had in your past. I'm just going to say, Libra, if this is somebody who you were connected to in the past, this is somebody who has already proven something to you. There was a reason why this came to an end, all right? So what I'm getting here is that there's a lot of feelings of nostalgia going on. Maybe with you, with this person as well. It's showing up that this person is very, very curious about you, and this person has feelings of nostalgia for you, okay? So for a lot of you, this is a past person. We've got the Six of Cups here. Now, it's showing up that this person is coming in to manipulate you, meaning they're probably going to tell you anything and everything you want to hear, and this person knows you're attracted to them. But it's also showing up that whatever this is not going to make you happy, and you've already, and Spirit is trying to tell you, really consider how empty this person made you feel. Now I'm seeing here that you did this already. So you already feel empty in this other connection that you're trying to escape from, to get back into another connection. And it may be all you've ever known in these types of relationships. And so you don't even know that there's something better for you. But Libra, you should never be made to feel like the Empress in reverse, because it looks to me like you have been giving a lot to these connections. It does look like this person is coming in to bridge a gap with you because they have a very heavy heart and they miss you a lot. But like I said, for some of you, it looks like you're potentially repeating a cycle. For others of you, I mean, if you want to go for this, go by all means. It does look like you're detaching from something else and going straight towards something new. So let's get the situation on this King of Wands. It does look like this person misses you. That's genuine. Divine Feminine is showing up here. So when I see Divine Feminine, I see somebody who holds themselves like the Empress, as somebody who has high value and high worth, and you deserve to be treated that way. But it's showing up that whatever this energy is that you're involved with creates chaos in your life, okay? And it throws you completely off kilt. This could end up being just a love affair, or you may end up it's showing up that this is going to be a love affair technically if you are involved with somebody else, okay? Even if you feel like you're detaching from this other energy, it does look like you are going to get yourself involved in a third party situation. If this resonates with you, obviously. If this doesn't resonate with you, it's not your reading. So let's revisit what this reading is about. We've got the Three of Wands, we've got the Ace of Swords, the Hierophant, and the Nine of Pentacles. So, I feel almost, Libra, like this may be something you have to go through in order to have the breakthrough, and it almost looks like you have the potential to gain the foresight, to have the breakthrough, to understand how these strong, committed marital relationships have been affecting you with regard to your independence and your confidence here. But in the end, for a lot of you, it looks like whoever it is that you're dealing with had already proven to you in the past that they hadn't really been what you wanted in a connection. And it looks like then you manifested the same thing again. And now you're potentially you're either going to something new that's going to resemble the same thing, and the only reason is because you're repeating the cycle. So it's like it is that idea. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. And so almost like you need to, like we had seen in your layered spread, if you didn't watch it, you might want to take a look at it, about actually understanding what it is that you truly want from your connections. And if you even, like I said in that reading, if you write that down, you're actually setting the intention. You're setting an intention and putting that out into the universe, where you're actually going to be manifesting whatever it is that you want into your life. Because, like I said, nobody should be making you feel like the Empress in reverse. And if you're feeling like the Empress in reverse, it's because you feel empty. So, Libra, that is your reading, your tarot reading for the second week of July 2025. Thank you for all your likes, your shares, your subscribes, all your support. And until I read you again, take care and bless.